Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to our IP class. In the previous class, we started data types. You all know what a data type is. So, a data type is used to represent data. That means for integer, there are three types of data types are used. They are int, float, and complex. Int means it consists of a whole number. Float means it consists of floating point number. And complex in the form of complex number, that is a plus ij format. So let's look. Next data type is sequence. Sequence means there is a classification in which we covered numbers. And next is sequences. In sequences there are three types of data types are there. They are strings, list and tuple. So what is a string? I already explained in the previous class that string is collection of characters or group of characters. For example, hello is a string. This notes, it is a string. Characters, it is a string. So it contains group of characters which are enclosed either in single quotes or in double quotes. In Python we can use both single quotes and double quotes to use string. So here hello friend is a string. str2 equal to 452 is a string because these all are enclosed in single quotes and double quotes. So by using string we can represent a group of characters. If you want to use, if suppose this is a string 452, if you want to convert to it integer, it is possible, we can convert. So if you want to make a string like 452 into numeric format by using conversion techniques. So we will study detail about string in next chapters. This is the introduction of string. Next is list. List also is a sequence of items. It is separated by commas and we are using square brackets to represent list. So square brackets are used to represent list. So items in the list are enclosed in square bracket. In string we will use single or double quotes. In list we will use square bracket. For example, this is a list 53.4 New Delhi 20C45. It is a list. So it is enclosed in square bracket. If you print list 1, then output will be like this. So list also a sequence of items which is separated by comma and which is enclosed in square bracket. Next is tuple. Tuple also a sequence of items separated by commas, but they are enclosed in parentheses. Parenthesis means this type of bracket, which is known as parenthesis. So in list we will use square bracket, but in tuple we will use parenthesis. The difference between list and tuple is once we created a list, we can change the contents of the list. But when we created a tuple, we cannot change the contents of a tuple. That is the main difference. If we created a list, then if you want to change the content, then we can change the content. But in the case of tuple, it is not possible. This is known as mutability. List is mutable, but tuple is not mutable. Mutable means in list we can change the value after creating the list, but in tuple we cannot change the value after we created a list. So these are the example for tuple which is enclosed in parenthesis. So this is the second data type. We already studied numbers, sequences. Then there are sets, mappings, etc. there. So next we are going to study the classification of mapping. Mapping means it is an unordered data type. In sequence there will be an order. Sequence, as the name implies, there will be an order. In mapping it is an unordered data type. Only one data type which represents mapping in Python. It is known as dictionary. Dictionary is a mapping data type. In dictionary, how our dictionary will work? Suppose if we want to find the meaning, we will go to the corresponding starting of the corresponding word. That means if we want to find the meaning of ant, then what will we do? First we will go to dictionary page A. In that we can find the meaning of and. Like that, dictionary also uses a key and value. So there will be a key. For each key there will be a value. So in dictionary, datas are enclosed by using key value pairs. And datas are enclosed in curly brackets. Curly brackets, which is known as braces. By using curly brackets, we can represent dictionary. In dictionary, we can access data fastly because we are using key to access data. Then we already told the elements are separated by using comma operator, and each element consists of both key and value. This key and value are separated by colon sign. Colon means these double dots. So each key and value. One element contain key value pair. This key and value is separated by colon sign. So let's look at an example. This is a dictionary. In dictionary, here it started with a curly brace. There is fruit colon apple. We already told this is a single element in which key is fruit and value is apple. And here key is climate, value is cold. Key is price, value is 120 and so on. If we printed this dictionary, then this is printed. If you want to get corresponding value, then by using dictionary name instead of price kg, we can get the price. So price it is 120. If you want to print 120, then inside dict 1 is used. Inside after that square bracket is used, and this price kg, that is the key, is passed. Then 120 will be the value, will be the result. So these are all about data types. So let's revise this portion once more from the starting itself. From starting we studied about Python and working with Python. So Python is an interpreted language. By using Python we can do programs easily. It is an object oriented language, and now we are using Python 3.7, and we can do programs easily in Python. It supports artificial intelligence, big data analysis, web development and all things. And it is robust, distributed, object oriented, interpreted. So Python is an interpreted language, like that we studied. And next, working with Python, in this we can use two types of execution modes. What are they? They are interactive mode and script mode. In interactive mode, like in the command prompt, if we are giving some codes, its output is displayed at the same time. Suppose if there is an error, that error is displayed at the same time. So this is known as interactive mode. For example, when we are given 1 plus 2, 3 is displayed at the same time. But the drawback is we cannot save this program. We can do program, but we cannot save the program. It is a drawback. So we cannot use program again and again. If we have done the program, then we can do at that time itself. We cannot do tomorrow, like that. Second one is script mode. In script mode, we can store our program in a file. So we can use a notepad to write our program. After writing the program, what will we do? We will give a name to the file followed by dot operator. Then there is a extension which is known as py. Because of Python, py is used. So after saving this program, we can run the Python program. Run the Python program by using Python idle. We can use, in this there are options to run. Otherwise we can use command prompt to run the Python program. So for the future use, we can use this script mode. So there are two execution modes. They are, what are they? They are script mode and interactive mode. So first we deal with interactive mode and then script mode. This is the example for script mode. And if you have any doubt what this print statement, it is an output statement. By using print only, we can see the output. So we can see the program by using print statement. And next we move to Tokens in Python. Tokens are the smallest individual units in Python. Tokens are classified into many types. They are keyword, identifiers, variable, operators, data types, special symbols. So first one is keywords. Keywords, what is keyword? Keywords are the reserved words. That means these words are already defined in Python library. We can access and use that keywords, but we cannot change that word. That means it is some rules which is already in the Python library, like what in English means the purpose of what is fixed in English language. Like that in Python language, some keywords are there. Their purpose is fixed. So we can access the keyword, but we cannot change. So there are this type of keywords are there: true, def, not, or, try. These all are keywords. So predefined words are known as keywords. Next is identifiers. Identifiers means user can give any name to the data by using identifier. Any name like CS, IP or CSC, apple, fruit. We can give any name by using a keyword. Normally we will use small letters to represent not keyword identifiers. Normally we will use small letters. If I used A, then you can use B. Any name we can use, but there will be some rule. The name should begin with an uppercase. Either we can begin with uppercase or lowercase or underscore sign. So we cannot start with digit. So we can use uppercase, lowercase, or underscore sign. Then we can use capital A to Z, small letter A to Z, 0 to 9 underscore in our identifier name. But number will not start in the beginning. It can be any length. We cannot use special symbols like hash, percentage, etc. So these are some identifiers used. Marks English, marks IP, average, all are some identifiers used. Then next is variable. Variable is a type of identifier. By using variable, we can represent data. For example, if you want to represent price equal to 987.9, then this price is a variable name. So by using variable name, we can represent data. So the rules for identifiers is also same for variable also. Next is data types. We can represent data by using its type like integer or a string like that. So there are mainly five classification for data types. Mainly there are three types. They are numbers, sequences and mappings. Additional data types are sets and none. Mainly numbers, sequences and mappings. So first one is number. We can use any, we can represent any data type using any number by using data type int, float, complex. In number three types: int, float and complex. Int represent to integer number, float for the values which contain floating points, and complex for complex numbers. And sequence that means ordered collection of items in sequence. First one is string. So we can represent string by using single quotes. We can represent any character by using string. Next is list. In list, data are enclosed in square bracket, and we can give elements using comma operator. In tuple, we are using parenthesis to represent data. Next is mapping. In mapping, there is only one data structure, which is dictionary. In dictionary, elements are used by using key value pair. Key and value are separated by using colons symbol. So fruit is the key, apple is the value. Then we will use key comma operator, and we will use braces or curly brackets. So these all are about the data types, and also we covered the revision of this chapter up to operators. Thank you. Study well. Have a nice day.